JPMorgan paid Jamie Dimon, I believe, $20 million last year. Help me get up to $1 billion.
So how you get to be worth $1.1 billion is you start really early making a lot of money. So he was a C-suite guy basically in his 20s. You know, as he was basically Sandy Weill's sidekick. He was doing top-level jobs for companies that eventually turned into Citigroup at a very early age. So he was making $20 million, at a very early age. And when you compound that over decades, that gets to be a pretty big kitty.
But he hasn't actually been making $20 million a year over the past 20 years. I mean, where do the big payouts? Where have the big payouts? So what have been sort of the pivotal cash-generating moments for him?
Right, and so a lot of credit on this valuation should go to Pamela Rue on Billionaire's team. She has been tracking. She's like a billionaire hunter.
Okay.
She's been tracking Jamie Dimon for years, and her calculation essentially is that there are two big buckets. One is JPM stock, and that's worth about $480 million, dollars. So that's roughly half of his wealth. The other half is essentially an investment portfolio that's, for the most part, seeded with stock from Citigroup sales from years ago. And the good thing about being fired from Citigroup, which Jamie Dimon was back in 1998, is that he sold way before it crashed. So he was lucky in a way.
All right, so make me the case that he's actually worth the money. I know JPMorgan stock is up 66% since he became CEO in 2005. Obviously, the crisis, puts a big dent in all the bank stock performances, but 66% is not actually impressive for the past 10 years.
It's, depending on what sector you're looking at. I mean, is he worth it $1.1 billion? I would say yes, because, his valuation is its own justification. Okay, there are people who are worth a lot more, obviously, who've done less. Yeah. This is a guy who's not sold his stock in JPMorgan, or at least that's what they say, at all. So all of, a huge part of his net worth is in trying to, take this and being a good steward and a manager of this huge company. And I think he takes it very seriously.
Yeah. How does Brian Moynihan feel about this? How do the other bank CEOs stack up? They can't
they're feeling a little bit small today, I guess. Maybe I don't know. I mean, they're for the most part sub-billionaires, and because when you think about it, think about the churn in the CEO level job. These guys don't last very long. So to get to a billionaire at making $20 million a year, you really have to do it for a long time. And Moynihan's been CEO for 5 years. He's had a lot of lesser jobs before that, and he wasn't making as much. And so that's why.
Just to make you speculate, since you do cover Jamie Dimon, you cover his character and his career.
Sure.
He could have made a lot more money going the way of, say, Ray Dalio, running his own fund.
Right.
What do you think motivates him to stay at the bank?
Yeah, that's a good point. So guys like George Soros, Schwartzman, worth $30 billion, $15 billion. And I've come to the conclusion that Jamie is not primarily motivated by money. He likes being rich. He's got the famous quote to an analyst, "That's why I'm richer than you." It was kind of an infantile thing to say. So he likes being rich, but I don't think he's primarily motivated by money. I think he's primarily motivated by putting his imprint on a huge, vastly important institution and having that institution exist after he's long gone.